Hi guys, it's been a hot minute. Oh my goodness, my bangs are crooked as all get out. Well, maybe just the way they're setting. But anyways, I digress. I just wanted to come on here today real quick and show you guys that I'm still alive. I'm not dead. Um, and reintroduce myself to YouTube slowly. Don't mind the noise in the background. That's my ice maker. It'll shut up in a minute, hopefully. Anyways, some things have changed around here. I got really sick for a little while, so that's also part of why I haven't filmed. Also, I was babysitting 4 extra kids. I think I touched on that prior to now, like, quite a while back. I know it's been quite some time since I've filmed, but I'm no longer babysitting. I love the kids. I really did. But it was so draining on me, and I got very run down, and that's kind of what led me to getting very sick. Back in November, I ended up with influenza A, the really nasty strain that was going around. It wasn't gastro or anything like that, but it was respiratory, and I don't know if you guys remember my history. My lungs are garbage, like legit garbage. So, that being said, I never recovered from that, and I pushed myself, and then I ended up with pneumonia and a bacterial infection and ended up hospitalized in the first part of December, and my lungs partially collapsed, so I'm no longer babysitting. It's just too hard on my body. I've been at home recovering, bored as all get out. So that leads me to today. I thought I would hop on here and just say hi and kind of reintroduce myself for anybody that's new. I'm sure there's going to be new people because it's been a hot minute. My name's Ashley. I live in Northern Ontario, Canada. I am a mom of 2 girls, teens pretty well. I have a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old. I'm married, husband, fur mama. I have 3 cats. And I love to cook, so my intention from moving forward is not any scheduled videos or anything like that, but I'm going to share some cooking with you guys, and maybe the odd grocery haul. So come along with me today while I make some food. I don't know how the video is going to turn out because I am beyond rusty, so be kind, please. So yeah. Gonna make some orange sesame chicken. Come along with me today while we make some food. Okay, so I kind of fudged up a little bit, and I skipped out on this part entirely. But here in this pan, you'll see I drizzled some oil. I don't know if you can see that, but I did drizzle some oil onto the pan, and I laid the chicken thighs out on it. But what is coating the chicken thighs, you ask? It is a mixture of cornstarch, some white sesame seeds, because it calls for black ones, but either sesame seeds are going to work just fine. And then I also added a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, and black pepper, just for flavor's sake. So this needs to go in the oven for 35 minutes, and then I'll bring you guys along and show you guys how I make my sauce. I am sorry, I am out of practice. My bad, guys. I was hoping to do a little cook with me, but this is what you're getting. Try again tomorrow, because I do plan on the odd video again. I mean, I love being in the kitchen, so it is what it is. I think I'm going to start slowly by making the odd cook with me video and maybe a grocery haul here and there. Given the times that we're in, food is expensive, so they're not going to be anything extravagant, but yeah. Right, into the oven she goes for 35 minutes. Okay, pardon my filthy oven. Like, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to get to that at a later date, and not today. Okay, so in this pot, I've got the juice of 1 orange, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I have to put the zest of 1 orange, and I don't have a microplaner, so I'm just going to use a cheese grater. I've done it before. It worked. It imparts the right flavors. I mean, I promise it's good. It's all right. There we go. I did have this filmed as I was going, but my child came into the room to be nosy, and she doesn't want to be on film, so I had to trash that. So you guys missed all the action shots. Sorry. Next, it calls for a 1/4 cup of honey, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. It adds sweetness. It cuts the bitterness of the orange zest out. Not that I particularly mind the orange zest, because I think it's great, and it imparts a lot of flavors, so. But, yeah, honey. Next, it calls for 1 tablespoon, or 2 tablespoons, of soy sauce, followed by 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, which I'll go and grab that in just 1 second. One thing at a time. And I am so out of practice, guys. So my apologies. Okay, sesame oil. I'm running low on this stuff because my youngest, Autumn, really likes to use it in her ramen. She experiments with flavors and stuff with it, so I'm going to have to top back up on it because I do like to do a fair bit of like Asian style cooking. So I'll chuck 2 tablespoons of that in there. Okay, and next it calls for a 1-inch piece of ginger along with a clove of garlic, which I don't necessarily have fresh for those, but I do have this ginger paste, so I'm going to just substitute that, and I'm going to like ballpark it and say I will use just under a teaspoon probably. I would say that's like more than plenty. And then it says a clove of garlic, and I don't have that, so again, I'm improvising here, and I'm going to use some minced garlic, and just going to go ahead and plop some of that in there, like about a teaspoon-ish, give or take a little bit. I like garlic, so maybe we'll just kind of go a little bit better than that. I am looking really old, guys. Whatever. I'm 38, so I'm not exactly a young chick anymore. Not that I really care anymore. Oh, wait, yeah, I changed my kitchen around, guys, so you see my deep freeze in here rather than in my living room. And I got one of those handy-dandy dish racks that everyone says, like, you know you're old when. Well, my neighbor, also my adopted daughter, because she's just a young chick, and I kind of took her under my wing, she bought me one for Christmas. I'll show you that in just a second. Here she is in all her glory, folks. There she is with dishes in the drying rack complete. I love this thing. So I guess that means I'm freaking old. But as you can see, it kind of changes the landscape of my kitchen. Well, not that my kitchen's like fancy or anything, but like my cupboards, my counters are pretty freaking neat, but they're cluttered, and there's not much I can do about that. But this helps with that. I mean, it gets the dishes up and out of the way. Okay, now back to the sauce. Okay, so basically, this is what it looks like all came together. So it says to boil it for 5 to 7 minutes until it thickens. Now, I did add a little bit more orange juice than it called for because I taste everything as I go. And literally didn't taste orangey enough. It still kind of doesn't. So it tastes a lot like sesame oil, but things do tend to impart that flavor when you use it. It's quite a strong flavor. Not that I'm complaining. It's going to be delicious regardless. But yeah. So we're going to let that come to a boil and then thicken until it comes to, like, it has to, like, stick to the back of your spoon kind of thing. And then that'll be done. And then I believe we take out the chicken and we dip the chicken into this, but I'm not sure I'm going to do the dipping action. I might actually pour it or spoon it on to the chicken and then add more sesame seeds and continue baking just a little bit longer. And then I'm going to pair that with some fluffy rice, which I'm going to make in my rice maker. And if you guys want to see that, by all means, I will show you, but it's nothing fancy. Or we could just alternately skip that part because I don't know if it's relevant or not. And I'll show you guys what dinner looks like plated up. But actually, you know what? I might have some newbies watching. I will show you guys the process of making rice in the rice cooker. You're welcome. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Hasn't got to the point of coating the back of a spoon yet, but it's thickening up nicely. I just hope my chicken is, good to go. Because, I might have overdid the cornstarch. I don't know, because it said to shake it like shake and bake. I did that. It just looks like it's a little thick in some places. I mean, that would help to thicken up the sauce, no? If I just, spooned it over the chicken. We'll see. Okay, so I've got you guys set up in front of my coffee machine. So you hear noises in the background. That's my ice machine. Ignore that. So, rice. I only use long grain rice. So this is the cup that came with my rice maker. So I'm going to do 2 cups. So I'm going to take this, 1, and then 2. And we're not done yet because you can't just put it in there willy-nilly all like that. So then I have to rinse the starches off the rice. This may not be the most professional way, but I just add water, take a fork, and kind of zhuzh it until it's not cloudy anymore and I can see the rice through the water. So I do that a couple times. It's just my first go around, so I'm not going to show you the whole process, but that's basically what you do. And so then basically the water is really cloudy. I'm trying to show you. I'm short, guys, so bear with me. Yeah, you can't see it, so just trust me on that. It's really cloudy and gross looking. Basically looks like garbage. Not something you want to eat. But this just clears off all the debris or anything that might be in the rice. The dirt, the starches, whatever. Okay. So then once it's mostly clear, I can see the rice through the water. I mean, it's not ever going to be perfect or I'd be standing here forever. And let's be real, I don't have the patience for that. I'm old. Anyways, I can see through it. It's somewhat cloudy still a little bit, but I'm not going to nitpick tonight. I got kids to feed and we're just winging it. So ideally, you'd like it to be mostly clear, but we're not nitpicking. So it's mostly clear. We're going to call it that. So then I set it then I fill it with water to the point where it is at the line. I went ahead and added a 3rd cup of rice, by the way. So I put it to the 3, and then I'm setting it in the rice cooker and turning it on. And also, I need to refill my rice. So here she is, lovely as can be. I just take this, push this little button down. This is a reminder to fill my rice container. Ooh, she's thick. Okay, so now the sauce is done, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just spoon it over the chicken and then cover that up with a little bit more sesame seeds. Alright, this is going to be an unholy mess to get off of this pan. She's sticky, she's thick, but this is what she looks like before going back into the oven for a few minutes. Okay, this looks really gross, but I promise you it's not. Focus in on the chicken itself. I had it on broil because it asked me to, and then I got sidetracked. It's not burnt though. It doesn't taste burnt. That's why I tasted this little piece here. It's just because it had honey and stuff, I think. It just kind of got smoky. And yeah, it tastes pretty tasty though.